My opinion. It started decades ago with timeouts and last place, participation trophies. And sorry to put it so harsh, but it seems to me like we lost a good portion of a few generations of men who've just turned into complete fucking pussies.
What's happening, everybody? Kid Rock was recently a guest on Real Time with Bill Maher. Kid Rock, an outspoken Trump supporter, stayed true to himself and his feelings about Donald Trump, and much to Bill Maher's astonishment, the audience responded extremely positively to what he had to say, which personally isn't something I thought I'd see in my lifetime. Anyway, let's watch Kid Rock ignite the audience and shock the hell out of Bill Maher. Let's go.
But on the bringing people together part, I mean, you have a song called My Kind of Country. My kind of country has room for Trump and a JFK. That's the first line, right?
Had I known, it would have said RFK.
Is that the last Democrat you liked?
No, I mean, my whole business is Democrats. I mean, so to speak. Not my whole business. I live in Nashville now, but that's the world I've operated for years and years. I mean, half my band's, liberal, or gay, or black, or this. What it's like, we have one of the most diverse bands out there, not because of any of this DI shit, just because they're the best at what they do, and we all love each other and get along.
Right, and I mean, you played the inauguration. Didn't Nelly and Snoop play that too?
Yeah, I believe they did. But remember, I also played Barack Obama's inauguration.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
I didn't vote for him. I played for him at the Kennedy Center, this, that, and the other. I'm like, everybody's just got to calm the fuck down a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I tell you what makes me a little not calm. Trump keeps joking about a third term. Get it? Democracy's over.
I haven't heard that.
You haven't heard that? He does it all the time. He does it all the time.
Well, he likes to joke. I know he's funny as shit. But I'm telling you, the guy's hilarious. He's so fun to hang out with.
Yeah, I bet he is fun to hang out with. But you don't think he's serious about that?
No.
And if he was, would that be a break for you? Would anything make you break? If he said, no, I'm going to be against our Constitution, what we've had for many years, you cannot run for a third term. If he said, no, I'm staying, would that break?
Under current circumstances, if things are going along the way they've been going along, yes. If he's like, I'm running for a third term, like, whoa, pump the brakes, man. Hold on a second.
So he could lose Kid Rock.
It'd be very tough. Be very, very tough. Very, very tough. I told you before, which is probably going to be shocked to your audience, I don't like Trump. I fucking love Trump.
I know you do.
That is the first time, after watching countless episodes of Real Time, that I've heard Bill Maher's audience cheer about something he didn't agree with. How do I know he doesn't agree with it? Because this is a picture of his face when they were all cheering. I've talked 1,000 times on this channel about why DEI is retarded. So in an effort not to repeat myself, I'll take a different tack to this video. If businesses discriminate on the basis of race or sex or anything else, they're just doing themselves a disservice. If that person was truly the best person for that job, A, they wouldn't have wanted to work there anyway if they weren't wanted, and B, they're going to get a job somewhere else. Now, I believe that the instances where somebody's passed over for a job when they're the best person for the job for one of the reasons I listed is an extreme exception. And by the way, the only one that loses out in a scenario like that is the business that didn't hire them, because they clearly aren't hiring the best people. Think about it. That's maybe the worst business model in history. Look, SJWs think everyone thinks about race and shit 24 hours a day like they do, because they have a lot of free time on their hands to think about it because they don't have jobs. In the real world, businesses want to make money. The way you do that is to hire the best people. So if you're the job candidate that's most qualified for a job and gives the company the opportunity to maximize its profits, you'll get the job. SJWs, race hustlers, feminists construct these fantasy worlds in their head because they've never worked in a real business environment. DEI has nothing to do with diversity, equity, and inclusion. It has to do with control. All right, enough about DEI. If you're a musician, if you've been asked to perform for the President of the United States, regardless if you voted for them or not, saying, yes, it would be an honor is a normal human response. It's the freaking leader of the free world, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'd imagine a pretty nice payday. Why wouldn't someone take a gig like that? Kid Rock gave a perfect example. Played for Obama, played for Trump. If someone was given that opportunity and they were on the fence about taking that gig because they have some woke or partisan ideologue friends that will cry about it, if that's the case, I promise you, you are better off without friends like that anyway. I've always said that Bill is running out of fuel to keep his TDS tank full for 4 more years because his biggest sticking point as to why he hates Donald Trump so much is that he didn't concede the election. Dude, that was 5 years ago. Whether you agree or disagree, it's completely irrelevant now. Biden was unfortunately sworn in and very poorly ran the country for 4 years. Check that. His nurses ran the country for 4 years. Now Trump's the president again. If you get over that he didn't concede the election, which has changed nothing about how our country runs, it really is time to get over it. So his new complaint has been creeping in lately. I've heard it a handful of times. One thing I don't like is he jokes about a third term. Bill, come on, man. You're scraping the bottom of the barrel if you think that's a reason to despise Trump. Your last argument was weak, but this one takes the cake. And I can't believe I have to remind you of this, but you started out as a comedian. A pretty good one, too. When Trump says something like that, he's being Donald Trump. If you don't like his sense of humor, cool. But we're 4 weeks into his presidency, and you're worried about him not leaving office. Come on, man. Come up with something better than that. You see, Bill was very vocal prior to Trump being elected that he'd take power forever and never leave office. So I think he's trying to conflate this joke into a serious statement as a way to justify his preposterous statement. So he can say, see, I told you, he's really considering not leaving office. You're very transparent, Bill. And Bill's really being dishonest. Kid Rock has never heard him say that. I haven't heard that, and all I do all day is watch political stuff. But Bill says he says it all the time. Just to show my audience how dedicated I am to you, I scoured the internet for days without sleeping. Not really. To determine how many times he said that. I found 3 times, and in every instance, he was clearly saying it in jest. Let's say I'm a terrible researcher and it's double or triple that number of times. Is that all the time? Stop it, Bill. Anyway, this next clip comes from Bill's after show called Overtime, and just another interaction between him and Kid Rock. Let's get to it.
Guys, you're playing Russian roulette, but fentanyl hasn't made it too popular of a sport. You're basically, you're one.
Oh, that's what she was asking you about, fentanyl?
No, she was asking me for cocaine.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, young lady, I'm like, no. Let Grandpa speak to you first.
Words of wisdom from Kid Rock.
When Kid Rock's telling you, hey,
Right.
slow down the brakes. It's probably a big fucking problem.
But it's got to be rougher. They used to come for the sex, now they just want your drugs. That's got to be. That would bother me a lot. All right. Now that the Boy Scouts of America is just going by scout. Oh God, yes. This is right up your alley, or somebody. There's Boy Scouts. Yes, I've seen. It's been in the works for years. It's such an onion headline. The whole fucking country is such an onion headline. The Boy Scouts of America, it cannot be called Boy Scouts anymore because it's exclusionary. Like there isn't a Girl Scouts. Like this is some sort of crime against nature that we each. People are different.
We were just talking about.
It's now Scouting America.
In the first segment, we were talking about what are we giving young boys? What kind of structure? What kind of discipline? What kind of education? A lot of those projects are really difficult. I was not in the Boy Scouts, would have probably never made it. But those are difficult. They have to achieve. They have to put forth effort. They have to overcome obstacles. They have to overcome failure. That's part of maturing and becoming a full functioning adult.
Yeah.
And to take that away is insane. To say this is targeted towards young boys, because young boys are different than young girls, and so the
Yes.
approach needs to be
They think
different.
it's funny when you fart in a sleeping bag. I mean, girls don't.
The Boy Scouts are much better than the Girl Scouts. I have to say, I understand why girls would want to be in the Boy Scouts, because it's a lot more fun. The only thing, really, as a former Girl Scout, that the Girl Scouts had going for them is the cookies. And that's basically it. And the Boy Scouts are doing, like, learning skills and building fires and going camping.
Institute that curriculum in the Girl Scouts?
No, that's, yeah.
But, I mean, this is the kind of thing that gets
Maddening.
Trump elected.
Yeah.
This is the kind, I've said it a million times here. The Democrats, you lost a crazy contest to a crazy person.
This started decades ago, in my opinion. It started decades ago with timeouts and last place, participation trophies. And sorry to put it so harsh, but it seems to me like we lost a good portion of a few generations of men who've just turned into complete fucking pussies.
Oh, it's true. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
I am telling you, I have to watch this stupid show all the time, and I have never seen the crowd legitimately cheer for a conservative, especially someone that loves and hangs out with Trump, cheer this much. As a matter of fact, I've always felt like Bill's audience was way more left and woke than him. So to hear genuine applause for Kid Rock, it's really nice to see. Maybe there's still hope for them. And I'm telling you, it's subtle, but a couple of times Bill Maher's facial expressions looked like he was thinking, what the hell is going on? For Bill's soy-infused audience to cheer for that last comment that Kid Rock made, which is perfectly accurate, I'm telling you, I know that I can be naive, but I am cautiously optimistic that things are moving in the right direction. No pun intended. But what did you think about Kid Rock's appearance on Real Time? And do you agree with me that the audience seems to have a different energy? Or am I just completely misreading things? Either way, let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like watching videos of left-wing losers just getting owned by a conservative with a brain, then click on one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. Otherwise, as always, I have, without question, the best viewers on the planet, and I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your day to watch my channel. It means so much to me. See you guys.